How did Jeff Bezos transform Amazon from an online bookstore to also be a tech giant with Amazon Web Services? I have worked in the marketing industry for 7 years, and I'm going to share my perspective on what business and marketing strategies Amazon used in order to change the tech industry forever. This is the marketing story of AWS. 20 years ago, starting and growing IT companies was a nightmare. Businesses always had high costs, complicated systems, and IT that just could not keep up. Back then, traditional IT meant spending big monies on servers and always fixing problems. It was the Wild West of the digital age with no rules or guidelines. In all of this chaos, Jeff Bezos and his team realized that they could revolutionize the industry by addressing these pain points. But they knew that they had to get marketing just right for it to work though. Even for a big name like Amazon, proving AWS's worth was going to be a huge task. Their own website running on AWS wasn't enough to build trust. Jeff Bezos, or Jeff Bezos as most people call him, understood that launching AWS without making thousands of small mistakes first and learning from them was risky. They had the budget but didn't want to damage their own reputation. So they decided to start with small, lesser-known companies and help them succeed. Their value proposition was clear and consistent from the start. Scalable, cost-effective, and reliable solutions for both small startups and large companies. After countless of trials and errors, they finally had a solid proof of concept with hundreds of small companies ready to vouch for AWS. Amazon's approach to marketing was a textbook example of what's called the blue ocean strategy. This means that they didn't just compete within the existing IT market. They created an entirely new space with no direct competitors. By offering unique solutions tailored to real business needs, AWS took over a new market and set the new standards. Amazon faced massive IT challenges as they grew. For example, every e-commerce manager, including this one, on the planet gets nervous around Black Friday because that is the day when a huge wave of shoppers come in and sometimes the website crashes, sometimes not, but most of the IT guys sit in the back and wonder like, what the hell is happening? Like, we know there's a problem here, but we don't even know what it is. So they needed to grow globally without risking the IT systems to not keep up, and they had learned from all of their mistakes along the way. Because keep in mind, there was no one before them that knew how to grow on a big scale like this. Bezos saw that if AWS would be the company that businesses turn to in order to not worry about these problems, it would then make his company be as important to business clients as it already was to private customers. So, the marketing strategy was now clear, highlighting these pain points and position AWS as the ultimate fix. To get the first companies on board, Amazon needed special discounts and incentives. They targeted startups like Dropbox, Airbnb, and Slack. By using AWS, these startups could grow quickly and efficiently, proving the service's value. The success of these early adapters was central to their marketing strategy. Dropbox, for example, needed massive storage solutions as it expanded. Using AWS, Dropbox could offer seamless cloud storage to millions of users. Airbnb relied on AWS to handle its rapid growth and also the fact that they needed to add a lot of new features all the time to their website. And Slack needed AWS to ensure reliable, real-time communication for its users. These companies had different needs and they became ambassadors for AWS. Their testimonials served as a powerful marketing tool. A good example of this would be Amazon's first breakthrough with AWS that came in 2006 with the launch of Simple Storage Service, or 3S. It allowed companies to store and download big files anytime, anywhere. I mean, that's what they said in their marketing. It wasn't really that smooth in the beginning, but you get the point. After that launch, they went with Elastic Compute Cloud, or EC2. This helped companies to no longer need heavy physical servers and an IT crew. With EC2, businesses could grow without worrying about their systems being overloaded while only paying according to how much they used. The customer-centric approach was key. Amazon didn't just launch these services and hope for the best. They actively listened to feedback from early users and made improvements all the time. This process was a central part of their marketing strategy. It showed AWS's ability to adapt and evolved based on customers' needs. For instance, Netflix used S3 to store all of their video content, making sure that millions of people would stream on their website at the same time. Now, if you've followed this channel for a while, you'll notice that the following marketing techniques that AWS used are things that I have dived into in detail in my previous videos. So maybe you want to take a little look at them. They're right there. They also invested in educational content to help businesses understand and effectively use their services. This educational approach not only informed potential customers, but also built a community of smart users. Speaking of communities, they also created events like AWS's reInvent. These gatherings allowed users to share experiences, learn from each other, and get hands-on with their new AWS's features. So, what was the result of all of this? The development of AWS was groundbreaking, but the real proof of its success lies in the three major impacts it had on the tech industry. First off, AWS became a big part of many startups and bigger companies, giving them the systems they needed to innovate and scale. Twitter, LinkedIn, Twitch, Disney, Adobe, McDonald's, NASA, Pinterest, and even Kellogg's transformed its entire IT using AWS. The second major effect AWS had on the market was their expansion into artificial intelligence and machine learning services. AWS started services like SageMaker, which made it easier for developers to build, train, and use machine learning models at a big scale. This opened up new possibilities for businesses to use the power of AI instead of just building everything up from scratch. The third impact was that they forced competitors to innovate and adapt. Companies like Microsoft and Google had to develop their own cloud services just to keep up. This competition spurred further advancements in cloud technology, benefiting the entire industry. Financially, AWS's growth was phenomenal. From its start in 2006, AWS quickly became a cash cow for Amazon. By 2020, AWS was generating over $45 billion annually. AWS gave us a first-hand view on how to enter and dominate a market using blue ocean strategy and clear value propositions. They didn't just change Amazon, they changed the entire tech industry. Let me know what you think about Amazon Web Services and their marketing in the comments. And let me know what is the next marketing story you would like to hear from me. Subscribe and click right over here to watch an insane story about the Netflix marketing. Until next time, take care.